just want to go over a bullish base pattern or trade that's set up on the Euro US dollar. Remember, the first thing we want to do is identify a higher time frame key areas of support or resistance, and we've got the 4-hour chart that we're currently looking at here, and you can see we're in a very nice uptrend. Okay, higher highs, higher lows. We've broken out of this range, we've continued up. If you had to start drawing Fibonacci from these swings, okay, you'll be looking at this major swing up like this. You can see from the very low up to the high, there's the 38 level lining up pretty nicely with this area right here. Okay, so this is definitely, if we took a horizontal line, just dropped it from the high down to the low, definitely an area in here, and then down towards, you see this base here, definitely a level that I'd be eyeing out for a possible pattern. Okay, but as I said before, when the market is trending very strongly like this, more often than not, price is not going to pull back to these big levels. So what I tend to do, instead of just looking at these swings, and there's nothing wrong with looking at these, you see this smaller swing up like this, there's nothing wrong with looking at these swings, but in terms of fibs, it can get a little bit overwhelming, because, you know, do you look at this swing or this swing or this swing or this swing? Is, you know, sometimes so many swings that it can get, you know, a bit confusing, and you know, are you trying to curve fit things more or less? So, you know, having a look at this area right here, this is what catches my eye right here, this base. See this base right here? And then price pushes out that level very, very aggressively, and now it's starting to come back. If we take our horizontal tool and we just have a look at this area in here, I'm going to get rid of the fibs for now. I'm just more interested in this level and zooming this up. This is a higher time frame key area. Now we've got, you see this resistance, 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 and then prices come down and testing this level. So we've got this area here, and then slightly lower we've got kind of this block area here. Okay, so in this zone, and it's not even a 10 pip zone, if I could find a pattern to go long, I'd be very, very keen on that. Okay, here again, understand the environment, nice strong uptrend. There is fibs there if you start looking at these smaller swings. I'm not a fan of that, using these micro swings. I like the major swings, but you know, as I said, you've got to find what suits you. So this area right here is the key area that I'd be eyeing out. Here again, you can set alerts, okay, before price even gets down to these levels, so that if you're doing something else or you're not at your screen, you can at least stop paying attention. So moving over to the 5-minute chart, this is where this pattern set up, and this is a bullish base pattern that's set up here. Nice move down, okay, lower highs, low lows on the 5-minute. We hit this key area right here, bang, nice rejection. Where does it get rejected to? Well, it comes right up into this area right here, resistance. Okay, so we have support, breaks down, bang, into the key level. Remember, this is the higher time frame from the 4-hour, rallies into resistance. Okay, now if the trend is strong, you'll see that this will just continue lower, okay, as it has done here. Okay, see it comes up, rallies, hits resistance, and then it makes new lows. Okay, if it's strong, it will continue down, and there's no trade in terms of looking for the base pattern. If we're going to get some sort of reaction, what we want to see is commitment above this level. So you want to actually see some buyers come into the marketplace and push price and commit price above this level. Okay, so I'm going to step this forward. Okay, now this is going to be a discretionary call. You see this sort of small break above. Okay, to me, that's not really aggressive enough. Okay, I really want to see something a little bit more substantial. Okay, ideally you see this, we zoom this up, see this high right here. If I could get price taking out that high on that candle, that would just show me, you know, there's some sort of buying pressure in the marketplace. Okay, that's really going to start opening up a few people's eyes in terms of, you know, what's going on here. Maybe I should start taking notice. You know, and it's not all black and white as I said before, you've got to start thinking about this and ask yourself, what's really going on behind the scenes here. So you can see our price spikes up above the level like this. Okay, now we've had that spike up, we've taken out this high. We can look for a buy. You see this last candle here? We can look for a buy on a retest. Ideally, I'd like to see a close above here. Okay, I'm just going to wait and see what happens. Closed above now. Okay, so if I can get a retest, now that you can see we're starting to close above this rejection here, closing above the body. If I can get a bit of a retest on this now that we've stayed above this level for quite a while, you can see it 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes now. A retest, I'll be keen for a buy or to go long. So I'm going to get to the order platform, pending order, buy limit 24.96. So I want to put 1 pip above for the spread, and we'll place it in terms of stop loss below here at around the 80 mark. Steps are 15, 16, 17, so 17 pip risk. In terms of take profit, let's look at the higher time frame. Well, here's the hourly. We've got this area that stands out. You see this level here, resistance becoming support, and then we've got this block right here. Okay, I really like that area. That looks pretty good. It's around 34 pips, so I'm definitely want to be taking something out at that area. Further up, we've got this area here, and then we've got this last block up here. So 3 levels. This area here is pretty good in terms of what I'll be looking for taking some profits. Okay, that's if we get filled on this. Let's just step this forward. Okay, so there's a spike down on the retracement. Alright, just come back to this dealing level, support, resistance, spiking down. Now, price can quite easily drop through and take these lows out. Okay, there's nothing stopping price from doing that. What I want to watch is if price can stay above this high. Okay, if we can stay above this high and move back above this range and close above this high here, then I know my trade's got some sort of chance of moving up to at least that sort of first area of resistance where I'm looking to take something out. I like that pop up. Okay, that's looking good. Just have a look at the hourly chart and just see this has been going on for a little while. So in terms of candles, no real bullish candle action just yet. You can see we spiked down into this area right here. We got the base that we were looking for. Let's step this forward. Okay, so now we're popping high. I like that. I like how we've not come down to run these lows. Stop still in place in the original spot. What I'm looking for now is, so move this up here. I want to see these highs taken out. Okay, a little spike up. You see our price comes back, retest this last little area. That's pretty good. What we can do now is get the stop up a little bit. I'm going to bring it to sort of just below this little swing here. Swing is 24.92, so let's make it 24.90. Up about 12 pips at the moment. 24.90. Okay, so we've now reduced that risk a little bit. Let's have a look back at the hourly. See if we've had any kind of candle close. So a little bullish candle here, sort of inside bar kind of candle here. I really want to watch this 25.32. That's an area I want to watch pretty closely here. You can see we've also got this little trend line here. You can see it tagging that. Okay, I don't put the trend lines on the chart that much, just because they sort of stand out for me pretty easily. You see this area here, support, resistance. So what I'd like to see is price close above the trend line and maybe a retest. If we get that retest, then I'll be pretty happy to move that stop to break even. Okay, so now we're moving up a little bit. We've closed outside this trend line. Now I'd like to see a retest of this. We could even look to add to the position, but if that happens and we get a bounce higher, then I'll look to move the stop stop to break even. So that's the retest. You see the crack of that trend line? Now crack the trend line coming into this little block right there. Okay, so if I see some order flow coming in the market, this would be the place. This is where I would see buyers coming in here. So let's just see what happens. Okay, a little pop up. Now I want to see these highs. If we see these highs taken out, I'll get that stop to break even. Still moving around. I like this base here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually move the stop to break even here. You could even, if you wanted to, move the stop to below these lows here. I like how we've had this bullish push up. And let's just have a look at the hourly quickly. Hourly's also starting to look a bit good in terms of where we're closing or where we're moving towards. Let's get that stop to break even now, up 17 pips. Stop there, so 24.96, 24.96. And now I want to see this area cleared. Okay, if we can close above here, then I'm pretty happy. So he comes back, retesting, close above. You see the retest, bang. Okay, hourly chart still looking good. That 25.32 area, definitely somewhere where I want to be taking some profits, I think. Retesting this area. So if we can close up above here, I want to move my stop to this area and just lock in. It's only 5 pips, but average in the long term 5 pips is not too bad. Okay, so there's a big push up. This must have been some news or something. You can see it's blown right to this area and it's rallied up. Let's just go to that hourly quickly. Let's pop to that area there, into this next area right here. So what I want to do, because we've done sort of moved so far so quickly, I definitely want to take partials right there. I'm going to ask questions about that. Take half off right there. Okay, that must have been a news release or something, injecting some big flows in. And what I want to do is, you see this area in here, I want to get my stop to just below this area, this little base. Okay, so if price comes back, we've got this area protecting and this area here. So let's modify that. This area down here is around 25, 11, 12 looks about right. Yeah, so 25, 12 just below this base is to protect us. I'll just see what happens here. Okay, so big spike up, showing a bit of rejection here. You could even take full profit here if you wanted to. I really like this nice release up. I'm just looking at the 4 hour here quickly. They were messy with all the lines and things, but very nice move up. You see how prices actually come up. Look at where it's referenced here. Okay, reference that last bullish candle right there. Okay, I definitely want to be paying close attention to that. That's where the institutional flows will come in over and over again. Let's go to the 15 minutes here. Okay, it's coming back on us here a little bit. I want to see in terms of fibs on the smaller swing, just see where we are. So there's a 38. We got 38, 50, 62 in this base here. But I'd like to see price sort of hold around there. Move to the 5 minute. Okay, so it's looking pretty heavy here in terms of not seeing bids come in the market again. What we could do is even get our stop up to just below this area here. If we don't see this area taken out, then we're likely to see the lows run. Okay, so let's just watch that closely. Can pop above this level, then I'll definitely want to get my stop below here. And if we break below here, then I think what I want to do is look for a retest to get out of the position if possible. Okay, so price is breaking down. What I would like to do, if we can get price coming back up to retest this area, I'd like to bail on the position. I don't like our prices breaking down. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's going to happen yet. This area here that I was looking to hold the support, just not coming in. Okay, so we just got taken out. And just step this forward a little bit. Okay, so no bids coming in there. Just go back to the hourly chart. Yeah. Clear this. Actually, let's just clear all these lines off. Okay, so we've popped up into that 4 hour. Let's just go to that 4 hour quickly. So we came off a key area right there. Bang, big release. Where did it go? Right up to this area in here. Okay, now we've started to release. Now remember, we've got this area here which we didn't quite test. Okay, now I'm just going to step this forward a little bit because there was actually another pattern that's set up. Okay, let's just actually have a quick look at the account history there. We got taken out for a whole 16 pips on that trade, so nothing too exciting, but made a bit of profit. And I just want to show you what happened here eventually, because this is another trade that's set up. See the spike down into the 4 hour block. Okay, spiking down. So this area right here is where you want to be looking for a possible pattern. Okay, let's go back to that 5 minute. So once again, we're at this key area, and you know it's at these areas you want to start looking for potential patterns. And I'm just going to show you what happened here. We had another, you see here, we have another pattern set up right in. Actually, let's clear this quickly. See the retest. Okay, little base here, base retest. So this is the buy right here for you. Stop loss goes below the low to start the trade. You can see price once again, another base trade there. You see here we have support, resistance, resistance, closes above, retest. Another buying opportunity right there for you. Stop loss below the low. Okay, and I'll just move this forward because this was another great little trade. See the reference point, last bearish candle, come back, retest that area, and we start to release, and eventually you can see a nice heavy release to the upside. We came right back up to that 4 hour area. Okay. So that were two bullish base patterns that set up on the Euro US dollar 5 minute chart.